Dope. I appreciate you doing this interview with the Hype Magazine tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, to get started, can you tell the fans and listeners who you are and where you from?
Filthy Rich. I'm from Philadelphia. Uh, 50% owner of Boone and Rich Films.
Yeah,
I have currently have y'all drawn out right now on
yeah.
Tubi. The Bid movie. I play in Once Upon a Time in Philly. I'm a film producer, director.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff, man. We're gonna highlight for you. Do you think being from Philadelphia made it harder for you or easier for you to get into the the movie industry?
Uh, Probably harder. Probably
Okay.
harder. I would say harder.
What is some of the things that made it harder? Is because there's so many other people trying to do it, or what was it made it harder for you?
It's just Philadelphia is not like a big outlet for film production, like let's say Atlanta or California, and you just have less resources and stuff like that. But you get around it.
What sparked your interest in becoming a film director and producing all these dope movies in the first place?
Well, I had went to prison in '04. So while I was in prison, I started getting into film writing and I started researching and studying the movie stuff, and I
Okay.
always wanted to do it, and I had the time to study it
Yeah.
and learn it, and there it goes.
So when you get out and you've been studying how to do film, what was one of the first steps you took, coming out of prison to get this started or to, create this amazing career you have?
Well, when I first got out, a friend of mine named Six King with 6 Degrees Media, he had casted me to star in a role that's in Once Upon a Time in Philly, which is on Tubi now. So I was able to, outside of the stuff I was studying and reading and researching, I was able to work side by side with him. He's a director, so I was able to work side by side with him and get and learn a lot of different on hand, like what I'm saying, stuff like that. Yeah,
So did you already have a relationship with him? Like, how did you get picked in
yeah.
the first place for this
I
opportunity?
knew him. I knew him prior to me going to prison. So when I came home, initially he wanted me to do a small role. I cast it, but I was hungry, man. So I
Yeah.
went in there cranking. I wound up getting a starring role.
Now, Once Upon a Time in Philly, it's a classic in Philadelphia. What was
Uh-huh.
it about that film you guys think that made it stand out the way it did compared to other stories that are out there?
Well, I just think because it was raw.
Yeah,
It was raw, and like most of the cast was like ex-convicts, like straight out of prison.
yeah.
So and all of us got like little reputations and stuff like that on the streets. So I think that kind of stamped it a little more.
Do you think your reputation? I'm not going to get into it too much, but your
Hmm.
reputation on the streets, did it make it easier for you to do these films you're doing? Because I know you're going into the neighborhoods, as they say. You're going into where people are. Does it make it easier for you? You think?
No, it just makes me more comfortable. Like,
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with narrow. I can go anywhere in the city and
yeah.
do my thing. So it just makes me more comfortable.
Okay.
But it
And
ain't
then when
making
you
no
come out
easy.
of prison, like you said, you're studying this, but your friend, he just knows you for the person you were before.
Right.
How excited was he to learn that you had this passion and this ability? Like you said, you were going to get a small role and it became the leading role. How exciting was your friend to see the
Well,
progression that you had?
I mean, he was very excited. He talks about it all the time, man. And it was like he didn't know when he called me. He just casted me to do a little small role,
Yep.
and I got down there and just start cranking and doing what I do and really just showing up when other people wasn't there. So getting more screen time and like in the
Yep.
hunger, man.
Is
So
that one of the secrets to success you think in this entertainment or the film industry is being ready and being hungry when everybody else is out having a good time or,
yeah,
taking for
yeah,
granted this
yeah,
opportunity you locked
yeah.
in?
I think that's the key to success in anything, man. It's just you got to outwork people.
Yeah.
You really got to outwork them if you really want to get ahead or get an edge.
Now, when you're doing this film, how long did it take to do Once Upon a Time in Philly? And what was one thing you experienced being on a live set that you had studied, but you had, wasn't anticipating or wasn't, you hadn't had a chance to see yet?
Well, it for Once Upon a Time in Philly, it took us about 9 months because we was just shooting sporadically. We was shooting here, then something would come up, and we shoot this date, this date. It was a lot of. So I learned like when I did my own production, I learned how to kind of
Yeah.
compress it, put it all together, and get it done quicker. So I learned a lot of the stuff to do and a lot of stuff that I would do different when I
Yeah.
was on the set of that.
Now you go and you created the bid with you and Boone. How did you and Boone meet, and what was it about the two of yours relationship that helped create this major film production company that you have?
Well, with the bid, prior to me going to prison, I used to be a rapper in the city.
Yeah, yeah,
So, when I came home, the local DJ, the number one DJ Power 99, DJ Cosmic Kev,
yeah.
he had I went up to the radio station to talk to him. I just came home, so he like, come on, man, we need you to do some music and do some songs. I'm like, man, so at that time, Boone had a hot record out called Papa
Yep.
Perk,
Papa Perk. Yeah.
and Kev was like, Boone is hot. You should do something with him. That'd be crazy, because I'm like a street rapper, and Boone is more charismatic and character in his rap. So Kev was like, that'll be a challenge. That'll be crazy. So me and Boone did a record. We did a strip club record called Watusi. So
Okay.
it
Yeah.
went good locally in the strip clubs and all that. So after that, we formed a bond, formed a relationship, man. And then one day I'm like, man, I just want to do something dope for the city. And Boone was like, man, I want to do movies, and it lit up like that was in my mind. That's what I do too. So I'm like, that's what I do. He didn't know how to write and all that.
Okay. I was gonna
So
say,
I'm
did he
like,
already know you did the movies already, or was
no,
that kind of a shock to him?
no, he didn't know.
Oh,
So I'm like, yeah, I happen to be really good at writing scripts and stuff of that nature. That's what I've been studying when I was in prison. So we got into it. We wanted to do something for the city, so we casted a lot of people from the city, and we wanted to do a comedy. I wanted to do something out the box. I didn't want to do a street movie.
yeah,
That's what was expected of me. So I
yeah.
wanted to do something out the box. So we did a comedy.
Yeah. Now you definitely put on a lot of people from Philly, but in the bid you had some pretty famous comedians that I'm familiar with: A Town, Ha Ha
Mhm.
Davis, Commodore. How did you balance giving Philly the shine the way you did, but then adding all these dope comedians from outside of the city to make the project bigger?
Well, we wrote it with that in mind,
Okay.
because it's a prison movie. So
Yeah.
in prison you can squeeze all kind of different personalities, nationalities, different people from different walks of life. So we put them all in one prison, which made it a lot easier. You can put a lot of different characters in a prison. So that made it, we wrote it like that on purpose.
When you go from being an artist, like you said, you're a very successful artist before the situation happened. You're on fire in the city, as they say. Philadelphia is known for its bars and its wordplay, anyways. So you
hmm
come home and now you're writing a film. What is it? Still kind of the same creative mind frame you're in, or is it a totally different hat you're wearing?
it's a different hat. It's different.
Yeah,
It's different. It's different. But I still was dying. I still had like bars and stuff when I first came home. So you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Because when you sitting in jail, you bored. So
yeah. Now, when you and him get together to do the bid, what's the process? You're writing the story. He's like, how did you guys go from the idea of making this dope film to honor Philadelphia to getting it out in the theaters and actually producing it? What was kind of the timeline or the process for you?
well, first we had to figure out what could we do, because we knew we wanted to do a comedy. We knew we wanted to get a lot of comedians.
Yeah,
So I'm like, let's do a prison movie. It's never been an independent prison movie
right,
like on an urban low
right.
level. So let's try to get an old prison, and let's try to do a prison movie. I think that'd be dope. So we came up with that. We wrote everything, and we wrote it. We didn't get everybody we wanted, but we kind of filled it in with different people. We got most of the people we wanted though,
Yeah,
and we got in touch with Ha Ha Davis, and he was all in. He was with it. He came down to the city. Commodore came down. Like it was just a dope situation, man. So
yeah.
that's basic. It wasn't that hard, being as though the type of movie it was.
Yeah. And then, looking at it now, fast forward, you guys are gearing up for part two. I heard there's an announcement, DJ Cosmic Kev, the legend, is going to be a part of it. How's it feel to see where you guys were when you came up with this idea of doing the bid to now the bid two's coming and the anticipation that everybody's got?
Oh man, it feels great, man. Like I didn't think it would receive the type of response that it received. So it's
Yeah.
overwhelming. Like I'm blown away, man. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm extremely humble and grateful, man. So I'm
Yeah.
just looking forward to banging part two out and making it bigger and better. You know what I'm saying?
Are you giving an open casting call? Like I know,
Yeah,
you do a
absolutely.
lot of dope stuff on your social media to engage your fans.
Yeah.
Where can people go to be on the lookout for if they think they got talent and they want to be in the next, opportunity? What's the best process to get on your radar or to, tap in with your team?
So what I do is I announce it for about 2 weeks all over social media myself. Boom.
Yeah.
We as we're casting, uh, we get the cast to announce it on their pages. We do radio, Power 99. We
Yeah.
put it in the newspaper. We run ads. So I try to get it out there as best I can when I'm doing my casting, because
Okay.
I try to give many people an opportunity as possible. So
I know it's coming up later this year. Anything they need to be on the lookout for, or times they should be checking your page, to keep in tune?
just follow me. Just
Okay.
follow me, and I promise you, if you follow me,
Yeah.
you're gonna know when I'm casting for a movie, because I'm on it. Like, I'm talking about for 2-3 weeks, probably a month. I got all kind of people posting, and I'm looking because I like to try to give people opportunity. So if you follow me, follow Boom, follow the Y'all Drawing page, just follow the pages, tap in, pay attention to our movement. We put it on the website.
Yeah.
Like, we do everything we can to get it out there.
Now I know last week we lost DMX, a legend out here. I know you had a pretty good relationship with him. What was your it like, getting to meet or hang out with DMX, and how do you feel? How important is it to keep his legacy going? I know you were posting about it and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it's extremely important, man. DMX is a legend, man. He my favorite artist.
yeah,
So
mine
when
too.
I got to meet him, it was like I was blown away, man. My guy Antonio Simmons from Black Eye Entertainment, he has a good relationship with X. He's actually doing a movie called Dogman.
Wow.
And
That okay.
he got some of the clips and stuff already recorded with X. He really got the footage and all that. So it's gonna be a real dope situation once he release it. And he had called me one day and said, "Man, I'm about to go up to New York, man. I gotta go meet up with Earl." That's what he called X.
Yeah.
I gotta go meet up with Earl, man, and you wanna come along? So I'm
Like
like,
hell yeah.
is an elephant heavy? I said, yeah, you think it'll be all right? He said, "Yeah, man, this is." But X is his like personal friend since they was young. So I said, "You sure?" Yeah, I go washing my face. I'm ready to go. And
Yeah.
the whole time I'm like, "Man, ain't no DMX gonna be here." I
Yeah.
got
You
up
thought it was
there.
a joke. Yeah.
We got up there, man. DMX came out this building. I almost went crazy, man. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, man. So it was a hell of an experience, man. I got to talk to him, got to kick it with him a little bit. It was dope. I only met him that one time, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people who have met him and they're surprised at how humble he really was. Like for him to be the superstar that we love and idolize, he didn't look at himself that way. He just looked at himself as another
No,
human
real
being.
humble,
Yeah,
down to earth, very approachable. Like, it's unbelievable.
yeah.
And I was
Now,
talking to him. I'm like, "Man, do you know who you are, man?"
with your ability to create films, does that make you and your team think about like an X story, or there's a lot of stories in hip hop that hasn't been told yet or haven't been told the right way. Is that something you and your team are maybe thinking about doing?
Yeah, we talking about that now. Not DMX in particular, because I
Yeah,
told you my guy who took me up there, he's doing the DMX thing.
thanks.
But we do think about a lot of the untold stories and things that need to get out there, and just
Yeah.
real life productions. Because we did comedies, but we're about to start transitioning to different cinema.
You got Y'all Drawn right now, amazing concept. I seen you premiered it in AMC theater. So let's highlight that
Hmm.
for somebody who's an up and coming director. You
Hmm.
start with the bid, just trying to figure it out, to now Y'all Drawn is a major motion picture. It's in AMC theaters. You got billboards all around the city. What was it like getting that reaction from your hometown when you guys released that on August of last year?
Um, I mean, the reaction we got, the response, we got a whole lot of organic love. People posting it, people coming out, people was going out in front of the billboards and doing videos and
Yeah.
going crazy and celebrating. We had a real big response at the theaters. People came out, so it was like it was man, I can't even put it in words, man. But it definitely was a great feeling, man. Definitely was motivation to keep going. I felt the love. I never felt love like that from the city. So I
Okay.
couldn't believe it. Like I was blown away. And to this day, I'm still the same way. Like, I'm still very appreciative and humble with the situation and just trying to do bigger and better things and continue to put on for the city. So
I
that's where
love
I'm
it.
at, man.
I seen you and Wallow and Gilly have a really good relationship.
Hmm.
I seen you challenge Bernard Hopkins to a boxing match. So tell me how you go through your mind. What goes through your brain that says I want to challenge the champ? And did he ever respond?
No, he never responded. He wasn't gonna respond. And I was just trolling. I
Yeah,
can't do that. I can't do that with Bernard, man. I was just trolling, man. I mean, I would have took the fight.
yeah.
I know I would have got knocked out, but I was just trolling. I was hoping he didn't respond. I don't want no parts of Bernard, man. That was just me clowning and having
No,
fun.
I love it because it got excitement into the fight they were doing and stuff like that. How does it feel to see where they come from? Like I seen you had "Don't Call Me White Girl" is in the movie, so
Uh,
you have a real connection with them. How great is it to see from a Philadelphia point of view to see how far $1 million worth of games got Wallow and Gilly, and does that motivate you and your team to push through the stars and strive for the the highest levels possible?
yeah, absolutely, man. Like we cheer for Wallow and Gilly. We push them. We try to do everything we can do on our powers. I mean, they up in Jupiter right now,
Yeah,
but we try from down here to keep pushing them because they really support the city. They put
yeah,
on for the city and they represent the city very well, man. So we try to keep that in the forefront and just try to keep them guys going, man. And I pray for them and I wish the best for them. But they doing their thing, and we happy to see it, man. They
yeah.
deserve it. They deserve it, both of them, man.
I
Real
seen
good
Wallow did
dudes.
the drop for you on his social media, telling everybody to come check
Uh
it
huh.
out. Like that's got to be a great feeling because Wallow at this moment he's almost the top media person
Yeah,
there is. So
I woke up to it. I couldn't believe it. I didn't ask him for it, nothing. So shout out to Low, man. Shout out to Wallow, man. He just did it, man. Like I said, just an organic, just a real pure hearted dude, man. He saw our grind, saw what he do, saw what we was trying to do, and he just sprinkled his input on it, his influence, and pushed it to the next level. So shout out to Wallow, man. Yep.
you get a lot of love from the legends. Shout out to Freeway Rick Ross. I know he came on and was supporting you guys early on. How did you guys meet him, and what was it like to have his endorsement saying what you guys were doing was right and really supporting what you were doing?
With Freeway Rick Ross, we had the bid done,
Yeah,
and our manager, Man Boom manager Jamil, had had some type of connection or relationship with Rick Ross,
yeah,
and Rick Ross had told us to come up to New York and let him see the movie. So we drove up to New York. He was in a bar, like we in the middle of the bar. He like, come on, put it on. So
yeah.
we pulled out the laptop. We pushed play. He watched half of it. He said, I like it. I'm about to introduce y'all to the baddest man in Hollywood. And he made a call, and next thing you know, we was on a plane and we got a distribution deal for the bid. So that was all Freeway Rick Ross. Shout out to Rick Ross.
It kind of highlights sometimes you get asked to do the craziest things chasing this dream. So you're in Philadelphia. Hey, come to New York. All right, cool. I'll pull up. You pull up to the restaurant or wherever he's at, and he's like, "Let me
Uh-huh.
see it." You're like, "Hold on, we're in public. Like, you gotta. How are we
Yeah,
gonna
no,
do
he
this?"
was there like as a doing a book signing. So he was there like, and we got there as a bar, a crowded bar, people performing and artists and stuff like that. And he said, "Put it on." So we went out to the trunk, pulled out the laptop, played it, and he put the headphones on, and he really watched 50% of the movie at the bar.
Amazing.
So he was like, "Man, you
Yeah,
know what?" He was laughing. He said, "I like it. I'm about to introduce y'all to the baddest man in Hollywood," or something. He said like that,
yeah.
and about a week later, we was on the plane on our way to California.
Congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
know COVID COVID impacted the world differently, but it actually helped you and your team. Can you give us a little bit of that backstory of how COVID was able to help you guys with the film?
So when we got our distribution deal for the bid with GVM releasing over in Hollywood, we actually had a theatrical deal. We were
Okay.
supposed to get released in theaters, but then COVID hit. Right
Yep.
after we signed the deal, COVID hit.
Yep.
So once COVID hit, we couldn't go to theaters because theaters was closed.
Yep.
So we wound up having to revise the contract and go to straight to DSPs, to digital platforms. But how it helped us because everybody was in the house watching
Yep.
TV
Facts.
and looking for new content. All of the networks was looking for new content. but all the productions was shut down. Like it was like real chaotic, and we already had the bid in the can,
Yeah,
so it
so
was
it's
just
done.
like perfect timing. And everybody just flocked to it, and we started having fun. Everybody in the house, and we on social media, and it was just a dope
Yeah.
situation. It was just perfect timing, man. So we that was just God. That was just God.
So while everybody else in the film industry was trying to figure out how they were going to make that shift from theater to DSPs, you guys were one of the first contracts that ever had that. Did you get any kind of pushback on renegotiating the points and all that, or were they all for it because of the
No,
situation?
it was kind of baked in there. We just had to kind of redline the theatrical part, but we had a theatrical and DSP contract,
Okay.
so it ain't had to really alter nothing. Just
I
take the
don't.
theater part out.
Now I know you do a lot with Tubi. How does it feel, or what's it like releasing? Kind of the experience. You've done AMC, you've done DSP as you're talking about, you've done Tubi. What's kind of the experience from all three of those releases you've done, or those different distribution channels?
Uh, of course, I love the theater. Just seeing your work on the big screen,
Yeah,
and
it's
the
nothing
people
like it.
come out and they get the popcorn and they sitting there watching it and enjoying it. That's the ultimate feeling right there as a filmmaker to see your work being displayed like that.
Yeah.
So, of course the theatrical thing is like a dream come true. And then with Tubi, I just like Tubi. I like the process. A lot of our audience is right there,
Yep.
but we did great on a lot of different platforms. I just went straight to Tubi because Tubi was
Yep.
um our best platform as far as monetizing with the bid. So we still going to all the other platforms with y'all drawing.
Okay.
We just started it out with Tubi. We're
Okay.
actually
So
in the middle of doing
you're
that
gonna
right now.
release it other outlets.
Yeah, we're
Still.
going to release it on all platforms. Like we're actually doing that right now. So it's probably be this week or next week it'll start
That's dope.
coming
So
up
you're
with
kind
different
of
stuff.
using Tubi as like your test audience to see if the attention and the interest is there, and then if it is, then you're packaging up and gonna put it in theaters and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
So because I like to have one place to drive all the traffic to.
Yeah.
And it just makes it easier for promotion because I'm independent and I'm not big to just be able to promote all the platforms. So I try to, and I can put little plays together and drive them to Tubi and things of that nature. And it's free.
Yeah.
Everybody like free stuff. So
Yeah. Now, you went to a film festival last year, the Black Film Festival. You were, had a chance to get to experience that. What's it like being at a film festival like that when, you're going back to, you wanted to get into this business and now you're being honored, you're being recognized for your craft and your talents. How's it feel to be a part of that? And is that something you're looking forward to doing more of?
yeah, absolutely. It's very important for a film producer or director to attend film festivals because that's where everybody is. That's where you can network, you can learn, you can share different experiences. You watch other productions and stuff like that. So that's very, very important for an
Yeah.
independent filmmaker to attend them. I would definitely recommend that to anybody that's trying to get in this business.
Okay.
It's very important. And when I was there, I met the distributor for y'all drawing.
Oh,
That's
dope.
Yep, at that film festival. That was my first one, but I'm gonna start going at least 2 or 3 of them a year.
Yeah, they say sometimes you just get in those rooms, you don't know who's in the room, you don't know why God told you to go there, but that creates the opportunity because it's all the people you want to meet and interact with in your industry. So it's kind of like a cheat code to that. You're doing something really dope on social media. You're doing cash prize giveaway of $1,000 if you know the answers to the
Yeah.
5 questions. Has
Uh,
anybody got it right yet?
no,
Okay.
if somebody came close, they was one off.
Okay.
They was one off. So we getting a bunch of DMs and people DM us. They sending us. They're watching it. We try to do that to give back, but it also help push our numbers up, of course.
Yeah.
But we try to just give back and have fun with it. Like our whole thing is social media and Instagram, and we just like to have fun with it. With the bid, we did the same thing, but we was giving away PS5s.
Oh, wow. Dope.
That was when everybody was trying to get PS5, so we gave away about 6 or 7 of them with different questions and things like that, and it gives us an opportunity to engage with our audience and go live with them and really just we like to have fun with them. That's what we do.
No, I love that. And I mean, I'm not going to answer the question, but the Boom was so talented. Like, Who are some of the stars of y'all drawn? Let's highlight the actors. Like, what are some of the key characters? If I haven't seen the show yet, or I'm about to go
Hmm.
watch it on Tubi, what can I expect if I turn it on? And just kind of overview of the movie.
Well, you got myself, you got Boone, you got Don't Call Me White Girl,
Yeah,
you got Meatball, you got Bubba Dub, you got Marley Cobain, Ish the Butler. Man, it's so many of them, man. We
yeah,
got Dom Dukes, we got and I don't want to forget nobody. Oh, we got Southside Jew in there.
yeah.
We got
A
we
lot of
got
amazing comedians and actors are a part of it.
yeah, man. So it's crazy. And in this one, Boone and I, we are like community activists, and all those guys, they're a gang called the Park Apes,
Yeah.
and they're after us. They try to carjack Boone, and Boone gets, it's like a botch robbery. He gets a hold of their gun, and
Okay.
they're on live, and he embarrasses them on their live. Now the whole city embarrassed them in front of all their friends, and they're a gang. They're the most
Mm.
notorious gang in the city. So now
So
they're
y'all on the
after
run.
Man Boom. So now they're after Man Boom, and they on us. They on us, man, through the whole movie.
Yeah.
They called
Now,
the
is that
Park Eight.
"Don't Call Me White Girl's" first time in a movie? I know she's got a lot of star power right now as well, but I've never
Yeah.
seen her in a movie. Is that her first one?
No, she had told me when we was on the set that she'd done a movie before, but it never got released. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think this was the first one that got released for her. But she's done one before. Yep. Shout out to Don't Call Me White Girl too.
Sorry, it timed out on me. My bad. But yeah, we were talking about her in the movie. So
Yeah, shout out to Don't Call Me White Girl. She's done one before, but she said that it didn't get released.
okay,
So, I guess this is the first one that got released.
that's dope. Now,
But
how's it
she's
feel?
done it
Because we
before.
talked about you came out of prison, you had this dream and goal of getting into film, and now you're creating opportunities for people to live out that dream. How's it feel to be on the other side of that opportunity now?
It feels great, man. It's everything. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, I'm gonna continue to do that, and I'm gonna try to. The bigger my platform get, the I'll keep throwing the ladder back down every time I take a step up.
Yeah.
Keep pushing the ladder down. That's just what I like to do, man. I like to try to help people that's trying to help themselves.
Yeah. Now, with you being a Philadelphia artist, I gotta ask this because, like I said, Philadelphia is known to have some of the best spitters, lyricists there are. Anybody you're watching from the city right now that people should be in tuned with that may not have heard of yet?
Yeah, I like Nuff Said,
Yeah.
Nuff down there. I like Odas Rada, Buddha. He got a couple tracks on the Y'all Drawing soundtrack. Oh man, it's this one dude, man. I can't remember his name, man. I just start tapping into his movement.
Okay.
He got a new album that just came out last week, man. I can't remember his name,
Yeah.
man. I would love to
There's
give
so
him a
many
shout out.
spitters and Philly. Like I would
But he
love to see
dope,
you.
man.
I would love to
And
see you and your team do like a movie about the Philadelphia hip hop scene. Like you guys don't get credit for everything that you've birthed or all the different spitters and talented
yeah,
people that have came through the industry through Philadelphia.
I mean, yeah, that would be crazy. That's we, of course we discussed it before,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of the rappers, they kind of be beefing with each other and stuff like
Yep.
that. So it's kind of hard to kind of fit it together, but definitely is on the table, man. Shout out to OT7 Quantity down there in the city, my guy Quilly. Like we got some talent down there, man.
Does it make it hard for you? Because, like you said, you and your team are wanting to unify the city, but there's a lot of rah rah stuff that goes on that's out of your control. Does it make it hard to unify everybody?
It makes it a little difficult, but we can figure it out. We can figure it out.
Now
Yep.
you've had a very successful time since you got out of jail. What's your 5 year goals now? Like if we stop and look ahead 5 years from now, what is it? Oscars? Is it what's you shooting for?
I'm going to go get me a Oscar. Like you just said, I'm definitely
Yeah,
going to get me an Oscar. But I want to work with I want to work with Ice Cube.
that'd be
I
dope.
want to work with Kevin Hart. Uh, it's just different people that I'm a fan of,
Yeah.
and I would like to just work with them, even whether it's behind the scenes or in front of the camera or whatever. Just people I just want to meet and just travel and do things like that, man, and continue to elevate. And I'm a student of the production world. You know, what I mean, I'm a baby in the film world, so I want to continue to hone my skills in that and just get greater and better with that, and
So how
just
are you
travel.
teaching yourself? Like, do you have mentors? Are you on YouTube University? Are you doing master class? Like, what kind of tools are you using to perfect your trade?
I'm on YouTube. I watch tons of movies, different people work.
Yeah,
I read. I'm on social media, and and that's pretty much what it is. Just everything right now is pretty much right there available. It's digital to you, so
yep,
you just got
facts.
to continue to study and seek the knowledge. So I watch a lot of different tutorials on YouTube when it comes to directing and writing, and they give you different hints and different cameras and different lighting and stuff like that, and all the latest things. And I try to tap in with the younger cats when it comes to the AI technology and
Yep.
pick their brains and stuff like that. So I just try to do everything I can get with what I got in front of me. But
Do you
it get
watch
greater later.
movies and film and even music videos differently now? Like the ones you grew up
Yeah,
on that you
absolutely.
love, but now you're watching it from the director's eye? Are you seeing things
Yeah,
differently?
absolutely. I can't even really enjoy the movie as just the way I'm supposed to, because I'm
Yeah,
looking at camera angles and how they
yeah.
did this transition and stuff like that. I'm not even really paying attention to the movie. I'm looking at the art and the craftsmanship. So definitely, I'm watching movies differently.
Yeah, I could see you watching Belly and the slow scene at the beginning where Hype Williams is mesmerizing all of us, and we're like, "That's
Uh,
amazing." You're like, "Oh, that's just a
yeah,
button on the camera."
yeah, yeah.
Now, what advice do you have to someone who wants to be either a film producer or they're an actor trying to get their leg in the get leg into the business? What advice would you give them?
Social media. Get extremely active on social media. Like I said, film festivals.
Yeah,
Attend them. Like, they're not real expensive. Some of them, you got to travel to or whatever. Get your train ticket, get your bus ticket, your plane ticket, whatever you got to do. Get yourself there. Network. Um, Practice if you want to act. You got your cell phone. You got a camera. Practice. You can. They got tutorials on YouTube to teach you
yeah.
different acting classes. You can sit in your room and practice right on your camera and look at it and look at your gestures and things of that nature. Just practice and keep working and get active on social media. Get out in the world, network, go to different film festivals. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. Now we mentioned you and Boone a few times. Who are how important is the team to you, and who are some of the other members of the team that make the day to day operations go for the film?
I got my manager Jamil. The guy, my guy I mentioned, Antonio Simmons, the one I told you that introduced me to Earl.
Yeah.
My man Heat, he gets us he knows a lot of people, man. So he make a lot of phone calls and push a lot of buttons for us.
Dope.
My man Jay, who's Jay Strong, he's our editor and our special effects guy. So
Okay.
he plays a big part of what we do in our productions, and that's pretty much the team. And I got my sister, my mother, and things of
Yeah.
that nature.
Family.
That's with the support. So
Dope. Now, I've shared a few of the highlights I found on your Instagram and that Sincere told me about. What's a highlight for you in your career that you never forget or that stands out to you?
um, one we spoke about when I met DMX.
Yeah.
That was pretty heavy for me, man. Going over to Cali and getting the distribution deal for the bid.
Yeah, that's
That
amazing.
that whole experience. And just actually when I first finished the bid, when we finally said it's a wrap and
Yeah.
I completed the movie, that feeling right there,
Yeah.
that was everything for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you think about when you were locked up and stuff, and you dreamed about the future and what would happen when you got out, did you imagine this was going to be the future you created?
Um, this is what I was aiming for, and this is
Yeah,
what I kind of imagined it, but I didn't think that I would prosper so fast. I didn't think
yeah,
I would actually. I'm like, wow, I'm really doing what I want to do. Like, you know what I mean? It's a good feeling, man, when you work to do something, when you think about it and you manifest it into reality.
yeah.
So I thought about it, yeah, because this is what I wanted to do. But I didn't, I didn't think it would actually become a reality
Okay.
like the way it's became.
What do you like to do for fun? Like, if you're not creating these dope movies or finding talent the way you do, what do you like to enjoy yourself?
I like to travel, man. Even though I haven't been on a vacation in so long. I've been so busy working. But I
Working.
really like to travel and just I like to go to different places. Um and just kind of lay back and drink and relax and think.
Yeah.
And just not had nothing to do. I enjoy doing nothing but somewhere on the island or somewhere
Yep.
like that. I like that type of stuff, man. I like to travel and and that's what I like to do.
Now you mentioned you're real big on social media and technology. Is there any tools or things you're using AI for in your films that is kind of making things easier that people may not be aware of yet?
Uh,
Oh, did Jimmy? Oh, did you? Oh, my bad. Did you hear me? Oh, all right. I don't know. It's not. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you for taking time to do this interview with Hype Man. I really appreciate it tonight. Last thing is, what do you want to say to your fans and supporters for who's been supporting you over these years before we get out of here? Is it not? Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, I did. Sorry, I didn't even know what muted. So the last thing is, what do you have to say to your fans and supporters who's rocking with you over all these years and that have been rocking with these movies?
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that last question?
What do you have to say to your fans and supporters who's been rocking with you over all these years?
Oh man, you are the best. I'm nothing without you. I appreciate you. Please continue to give me your support, your
Yeah.
criticism, your concerns, your questions. I'm open for it. DM me, contact me, call me, anything. I'm here and I'm extremely humble and I appreciate you guys, man. I really, really appreciate the love and support. And I'm gonna continue to do my best to entertain you guys and put on for y'all.
So you said that the bid two's coming. Anything we can circle on the calendar for you for the rest of this year, that where we can be on the lookout for any releases or any upcoming things?
Yeah, we got the bid too. We got a situation we're talking about right now that I can't really speak on right this
Okay.
second, but it's pretty heavy. It's
So
pretty heavy. If we can go ahead and get this wrapped up, we close. We close. But we
we're
definitely
going.
got the bid two in the works. We got a I don't want to put no titles out there, but we're gonna try to like jump around a little bit. We're gonna do a rom-com, like a romance comedy.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
gonna do a drama. We're gonna mix it up a little bit, and it's like I I really want to. We got something on the table right now that's crazy. I would love
Okay.
to drop it right here, but I can't.
No. Listen, we'll
But
have you back when it's time to say that, and we'll
yeah, yep.
do all that. But man, I really appreciate it. I'm very excited for what you guys have accomplished so far in such a short amount of time, and I see great things for you. So I appreciate your time tonight. I hope you have a great day.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy your
Salute.
evening.
Yes.
All right, bro. Signing out.
Whew. I don't know what was going on with that shit. It didn't want to work. It's not stuck. I gotta fix it.